Welcome everybody, my name is Paul. I'm a realtor in the western part of Virginia. I work for Alliance Team Realty in Moneta, Virginia. And I made another introductory video about generally introducing myself. I want to talk a little bit about buying, because buying real estate is a very old tradition, and actually in many parts of the world for a long time nobody really owned land. And technically speaking, when you buy land or property, you're really getting what they call a bundle of rights. You get the permission, so-called, because nobody ever lives forever, so you have this right, an exclusive right, and there's what they call different kinds of deeds, a full warranty deed, you might say, with full permissions, no restrictions, and so on. And a deed can have restrictions. So when you talk to someone like myself, or a professional realtor in this industry, there's a lot of information that really can be helpful to you, and I often act as a buyer agent and help people understand the process so that I can negotiate on their behalf and look on their behalf and help them find something. Because all current homeowners were once buyers, of course. Maybe that's the first time they bought a home, and then they lived there for 20, 30 years, and finally maybe they're going to buy their second home and retire or whatever. So industry and people looking out, maybe they're young and they got a good career going on, and they think about raising a family, and they want to understand the process of buying real estate is not something that the average person really understands. So that's why we have professionals, and I belong to our great team, Alliance Team Realty. We have all kinds of contacts and experience in the industry, any kind of question that can be answered. So about buying, when you think of buying a property, many people, the first time buyers, are romantic, and they have sort of idealistic idea, and there's various kinds of restrictions and zonings and various kinds of things that the government and situations like deeds, they might have deed restrictions or deed covenants. So when you hire somebody like myself as a buyer agent, we help you understand that process and negotiate on your behalf. Because sometimes there's things that we understand about a certain property or a certain region that we can help you with to help you be in a stronger position. Let's say you can there's something on a property that maybe you can negotiate on. Okay, it's been on the market a long time, and if someone comes along with a good cash offer, they're going to accept something lower, so bid lower and you'll probably take a deal. Something like that. Now, that's why you hire a buyer agent. Now, as far as the buying process, there's a lot of people involved, and when you go look for a property, it can take a long time. You have to know kind of as specific as you can get. What do you want? What do you really want? What do you definitely don't want? What you can compromise on. Because when you're in a buying process, you don't know what you're going to find out there on the market at the time that you're looking. If you can be patient for years and years, maybe you just say, okay, when that 100 acres comes up for just waiting. But you see, a lot of people can't afford to wait that long and sit on it. So sometimes you're in a process where you got to get your kids in a new school, you got a new job, you got to move, and so on. So a buyer agent or a professional real estate agent can help you, guide you through that process, so that you can, if you see something really good, the agent might say, look, you got a job coming up, you're going to be making more money, you sell your house, $5,000 less, you'll be on your way, you'll be out there, you'll be settled in your new great home, and forget the $5,000, you'll never remember it in years good. So the same thing when you're buying. Like they say, oh man, I want them to go down $3,000 or $4,000 on a $300,000 house. Well, if you really love the house and location, everything, and the timing is right, $3,000 in a long time is not going to make any difference, you see. So the buying process and having an agent on your side can really help you. And I am very thoughtful about that. I took an accounting course. I have all kinds of contacts in the industry. And what I do when I work with the buyer is I try to help them understand the process and navigate it and work on their behalf and say, hey, look, I'll give you my honest opinion. I'll describe the property as best as I can, give you the honest opinion, professional opinion, and leave it to you. Because you know, sometimes it's like, okay, look, you know, I don't think this is right for you, okay? You know, even if you get a lower price, I don't think that's the right property for you. Honestly, that's my opinion, okay? You can decide whatever you want. Same thing, I might say, look, you know, I've heard of really great deals like this. They don't come along that often. There's something about it. Maybe you want to bid a little higher and just grab it. It's up to you. My professional opinion. So thanks again for listening. I make a lot of little short videos about the buying and selling process of real estate. I want to make them quick and easy so people get a little tidbit here and there and not have to listen to a long lecture. So thanks again for listening. Check out some of my other videos. I talk a lot about various aspects of the buying and selling property and real estate in Virginia. Thanks again.